Thanks for joining us on the Sony stand. I'm joined by Norbert. Welcome.
Welcome, good morning.
This is the second year at ISE that Sony has had content production experts at the stand, and I believe the team is bigger this year. Could you tell me the reasons behind that?
Well, first of all, it's driven by our customers and by the demand for content production overall into the media industry, of course, as well into the corporate space, events. So here we have that expertise that Sony has into the media production space, cultivated by 50 years of innovations. We have served all the biggest events in the world from the production angle. But now we see that we can transport all of those solutions and technologies into events market, corporate production, and we can really deliver that expertise. And then, of course, the tool sets that we are showcasing here and accompany those organizations that want to communicate around their brand, want to make an impact into their communication. And that's why the team is bigger as well, because not only the products, it's also all the advices and the consultancy we can do to help them finding the right solution, the right products that will fit their objective.
I mean, there's obviously the history and the name of Sony and stuff. What can Sony really offer in the content production space, do you think?
Well, Sony is very well known for all related to acquisition, of course, cameras, and we have cameras that can cover the biggest sporting events in the world, and there are some coming very soon. On the other hand, we also have very cost-effective cameras that can help you content ENG contents, promos, videos, but also we see a lot of the communication going through online on social media. So a lot of short clips to live streaming, conferences, podcasts, and so on. So that's what we are showcasing here. And then all the tool sets that enable you to produce and manage the contents, and of course distribute them to the different audiences that those brands want to reach.
Sure. So for those kind of coming to the show, but also kind of post-show, what would you say the kind of Sony innovations are in this kind of content production space?
So what we're looking for, especially for those markets, is to provide cost-effective and efficient solutions. We don't have, like in broadcast, the broadcast engineers and the different roles. This is very often one single person that is a technician that needs to handle all the different AV systems that those corporations have. So we want to provide cost-effective, simple to use, simple to operate, simple to maintain, reliable, of course, because sustainability is also a very big element for all those organizations. And as such, we are really trying to innovate. For example, here we have a setup which is not only simple, it's also automated through the help of AI technology that enable to track and auto-frame the presenters. So here we have a setup with a LED backdrop where you have a presenter doing a keynote, and then all the cameras that we have around there are following the presenter in an automated way, so we can limit the number of technicians. All the UI are web-based, so it's much simpler to operate, to set up. You don't need any broadcast expertise, and that's also the main difference that we see between the broadcast world and the Pro AV space.
I think that's a really interesting point, because you're really opening up that market to so many more people. You know, traditionally the broadcast sector was huge teams working together. Now you're talking about 1 or 2 person teams, very easy to use control, where it used to be hugely complex and stuff. I think that it sort of democratizes that whole content production space. I think it's fantastic that you're kind of really looking at that and providing products that really help people do that. And I guess it's obviously a clear focus for you guys.
It's definitely a clear focus. It's a big market space. Everybody has to communicate nowadays in any shape or form. So whether, again, you're individual wanting to communicate as a YouTuber, down to an organization willing to communicate internally to your shareholders, to your teams, to your people, because we see also more remote space environment. As well as for brands. You want to advertise your latest products, your latest results. We're willing to offer that to the wider market, and I think Sony is well known for all the different type of cameras. I see today we're kindly shooting that interview on Sony cameras. Well, this is an ENG style, but maybe you want to do a live podcast next year, and we have the podcast studio just behind us that we can utilize for that kind of purpose, where we could do a live streaming. But democracy is very important. It's really how we can give people access from the price points, from the use case, from the operations, from the technical setup, and trying to put things together in the simplest and nicest package as possible. Then people then get their creativity behind that, and that's the part we leave to our customers to do.
Fantastic. That's a really great message. Norbert, thanks for your time.
My pleasure. Have a good show.